CloudFormation HUp watches for instance metadata for your EC2 instance, and if any changes occurs, it will trigger a custom hook. The use cases for HUp would be something like dynamic updates, so apply configuration changes to EC2 instances without manual intervention. CloudFormation integration, so seamlessly integrate CloudFormation for automated infrastructure, automated remediation, or just custom hooks in general, or simplifying maintenance when things happen. To use CloudFormation HUp, you need to use CloudFormation init to configure the configuration file for CFN HUp, which we'll see here in a moment. You can troubleshoot if things go wrong by looking at your CFN HUp logs, and it checks every 50 minutes. So if you have a hook and you change instance metadata, you're going to have to wait 50 minutes for something to happen. Let's take a look at its implementation. So there's two parts to this. The first is in our user data, we need to call CFN init, and we're going to have to configure it. Now, notice in the CFN init section, we would specifically specify a config set. There can be a default one, so we don't necessarily have to specify one if there's only one. Then down below, we call the CFN HUp daemon, so it's running and it's talking to AWS. For the metadata side of it, where we initialize CloudFormation init, notice we create a file called CFN HUp where we specify some configuration, and then we can define our hooks. So notice that there's a folder called hooks.d, and you can put as many as you want in there. And if you look very carefully here, you can see that we have an action, and it's calling this upload to S3, SH. So the idea is that there could be another file here. You create that in in the CloudFormation init to do that. This thing is so hard to get to work. And I know I've had this working in the past, but for whatever reason, I just could not get a lab to work with this. And I don't really like this because it takes 15 minutes for it to check every time, and it's almost impossible to debug if it's not working. So I don't know. So I'm kind of torn whether I'll do a lab on this, even though you will see in the AWS examples repo that I have code for it, but for whatever reason, it just refuses to work. And I'm not going to bug support on this one. But anyway, that's CFN HUp, okay?